Hi friends. My computer is a little finicky right now, so we'll see if this works, but I'd like to share 10 books that my daughter loved when she was still a baby. First is a small one called Animals to Count by Brian Wildsmith. This one's been republished in a lot of different languages, including bilingual editions. This one is Farsi and English. And unlike a lot of animal books for babies that are focused either around safari animals like elephants, giraffes, lions, or farm animals, here we have pelicans and weasels. It's also very beautiful. Another excellent one is Feast for 10. As a family grocery shops for a meal and then prepares that meal, so they count to 10 twice. More, said the baby is a series of 3 love stories, and it is very charming. The little guy runs away so fast that little guy's daddy has to run like anything just to catch that baby up. And then each story has a lot of similarity to the one before, and they all end saying more, except for the last one where the baby is asleep and says, Planting a Rainbow is a story from Lois Ehllert's childhood where she planted gardens with her mother. It's a bit of a seasons book as well as a colors book and talks about the way plants grow. Once you get to the rainbow itself, they go through flowers that are all the different colors. So that's fun too. It's also one of the first books that we ever checked out from the library with my daughter. In the car on the way home, she chewed on it, and so now it is our book. Oh No, George is hilarious and delightful. George is a dog who longs to be a good dog, but just can't quite manage it. So there's a lot of misadventures as he attempts to follow the rules and is struggling with those boundaries. I Love All of Me is a book about body parts, but framed not just around knowledge, but around affection for one's own body. I love my wiggle toes. I love my smelly nose. I love my blinky eyes. I love my brain so wise. And it's just incredibly cheerful. It's a little larger. It's a little larger of a book, and my daughter just adored it. This is a series that is not necessarily the best series in the world, the classic lit, but this particular book is pretty charming. Those of you who know the play A Midsummer Night's Dream, you know that there is a lullaby that the fairies all sing to Titania before she goes to sleep, and that a lot of the play is about sleeping and waking up at nighttime, which makes it just very well suited to adaptation for a bedtime story. So it's entirely text from Shakespeare's play, but introduced as though it's this is this character, here are 4 lines about that character, here's this character, here are 4 lines about this character, and then they just sing the lullaby. So it's very charming, and the fact that it's so rhymed and metered makes it a great kids book. Speaking of rhyme and meter, Sandra Boynton is a mainstay of board books for the very young. Barnyard Dance was our favorite. I think I still probably have the whole thing memorized, even though we're a little past board books most of the time these days. It's just great fun. Jamberry is also a book set in rhyme and meter. It's written and illustrated by the illustrator for the Magic School Bus books, which always have an air of wonder and wildness to the illustrations. The rhymes start, 1 berry, 2 berry, pick me a blueberry, hatberry, shoeberry, in my canoe berry, under the bridge and over the dam, looking for berries, berries for jam. And there's lots of little details in the illustrations that make it fun for both kids and adults. Speaking of little details, Taro Gomi's books are always a delight. I have a lot of affection for Bus Stops, which is the story of a bus and all the stops that it makes, who's getting off. It becomes a little bit of a where's the bus book in each spread. It is a surprise bedtime book in that at the very end the bus driver is the one that gets off and the bus goes to sleep, so to speak. I'm curious what some of your favorite books are for children who are very, very young, probably under a year and a half. Feel free to share them in the comments. Thanks.